guys, it's me, I want the bird. Excuse me, I have a cough here. Welcome back to a new video, and today we're going to be reading the Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone book by J.K. Rowling. If you watch my Harry Potter collection, you would know that. You want me to read the blurb on the back for you guys so you know what's going on? Harry Potter has never played a sport while flying on a broomstick. He's never worn a cloak of invisibility, befriended a giant, or helped hatch a dragon. All Harry knows is a miserable life with the Dursleys, his horrible aunt and uncle, and their abominable son Dudley. Harry's room is a tiny closet at the front of the stairs, and he hasn't had a birthday party in 11 years. But all that is about to change when a mysterious letter arrives by owl messenger. A letter with an invasion to a wonderful place he never dreamed existed. There he finds not only friends. I have no idea what that word is. Aerial sports and magic around every corner, but a great destiny that's been waiting for him. If Harry can survive the encounter. So yeah, this is all stuff. I know you want me to read it, but by the price, it's $11. It's expensive. So here's Fluffy right here. Here's Harry on his broomstick. Here's the sign, J.K. Rowling. Here's the something, unicorn. And here's the sign and stuff. So let's start reading. Chapter 1. The Boy Who Lived. Mr. and Mrs. Dursley of number 4 Privet Drive were proud to say that they were perfectly normal. Thank you very much. They were the last people you'd expect to be involved in anything strange or mysterious, because they just didn't hold with such nonsense. Mr. Dursley was the director of a firm called Grunnings, which made drills. He was a big, beefy man with hardly any neck, although he did have a very large mustache. Mrs. Dursley was thin and blonde, and had nearly twice the usual amount of neck, which came in very usual, as she spent so much of her time craning over garden fences, spying on the neighbors. The Dursleys had a small son called Dudley, and in their opinion, there was no finer boy anywhere. The Dursleys had everything they wanted, but they also had a secret, and their greatest fear was that somebody would discover it. Oh, and there's Harry. It's all bundled up. Ooh. They didn't think they could bear it if anyone found out about the Potters. Mrs. Potter and Mrs. Dursley's sister, but they hadn't met for several years, in fact. Mrs. Dursley pretended she didn't have a sister because her sister and her good-for-nothing husband were as un-Dursleyish as it was possible to be. The Dursleys shuddered to think what the neighbors would say if the Potters arrived in the street. The Dursleys knew that the Potters had a small son, too, but they had never even seen, I'm sorry, I gotta find my place. Even seen him. This boy was another good reason for keeping the Potters away. They didn't want Dudley's mixing with a child like that. And Mr. and Mrs. Dursley woke up on the dull gray Tuesday. Our story starts. There was nothing about the cloudy sky outside to suggest that strange and mysterious things would soon be happening all over the country. Mrs. Dursley hummed as Mr. Dursley hummed as he picked out his most boring tie for work, and Mrs. Dursley gossiped away happily. None of them noticed as she wrestled the screaming Dudley into his high chair. None of them noticed a large tawny owl flutter past the window. And try to find out what happens at the end on part 2 of Harry Potter. By the way, we'll review all this stuff on part 2, so please stand by for the next version of Harry Potter. Don't remember that we're on. This is a long chapter. We're on page 2, and we're probably gonna start from there. Oh wait, I'm gonna start his cereal, okay? So you might not flash, but I got something to show you. This is my Harry Potter book, and we're gonna read more. Don't worry. Please subscribe this video if you liked it, but please don't if you hated it. Leave a comment, whatever. And see you later.